Welcome to the European Association for Higher Education Advancement's YouTube and podcast channel. Today we're taking a deep dive into something that might seem pretty standard, extracurricular activities in university. But trust me, we're going beyond the usual resume padding spiel. Our source is an article straight from the European Association for Higher Education Advancement, or EAHEA, called The Role of Extracurricular Activities in University Life. Whether you're in university thinking about it or know someone who is, this deep dive is going to reveal some surprising ways these activities can shape your entire experience.
You've hit the nail on the head. It's about so much more than just listing activities on a resume. This article really digs into how extracurriculars can provide this amazing space to explore interests that might not even be related to your academic studies.
Okay, so imagine this. You're spending your precious free time on something purely because it excites you, not for a grade, not for credit. What does that tell you?
It tells me you're likely developing valuable skills without even realizing it. The article highlights leadership, teamwork, and communication. Things employers love to see.
Right, but it's easy to picture those skills in action on a sports team. How about something like a debate club or a volunteer organization? How do those translate?
That's where it gets interesting. Think about it. Even in a film society, you're brainstorming. You're working with others towards a shared goal. Maybe even taking on leadership roles. These are all real-world skills in disguise. And the article brings up another crucial point. Extracurriculars are like networking gold mines.
You're constantly surrounded by people who share your interests.
Yeah.
Not just other students, but faculty. Maybe even professionals in the field you're interested in.
Exactly. And that's where the magic happens. Internships, job leads, collaborations on cool projects. So many of those spring from the connections you build through these shared experiences.
So you're saying it's not just about what you do, but who you meet while doing it.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And here's a real-world example that goes beyond just landing a job. One of my most rewarding collaborations. A project on sustainable urban design. Actually started with a casual conversation with someone in the university's gardening club. We had completely different majors, but the shared interest brought us together.
That's amazing. Okay, so we've got skills, we've got networking. The article also talks about benefits that go beyond just career stuff. What else should students be thinking about?
Well, let's be honest. University can be intense academically. Extracurriculars can be an amazing outlet for stress, a way to unwind and have fun. And the article makes a great point about how they can contribute to a healthier work-life balance.
Okay, I'm starting to see the bigger picture here. It's not just about hitting the books 24/7, but having a more balanced, enjoyable experience overall, right?
Exactly. And that sense of enjoyment actually ties into another key benefit the article highlights, a sense of belonging. Extracurriculars, especially for students who are new to university or maybe feeling a bit lost, can help them find their people, their community.
I can imagine that's especially true for students who are far from home, navigating a whole new environment.
Absolutely. And there's also the aspect of civic engagement, which the article touches on. Many extracurriculars involve community service, volunteering, tackling social issues. It's a chance to connect with the wider community, understand real-world challenges.
It almost sounds like extracurriculars can be a microcosm of the real world, a way to put your knowledge into action and engage with things that matter.
That's a fantastic way to put it. You're getting a taste of what it means to be an active, informed citizen, not just a student.
But with all these amazing benefits, there's a flip side, right? The article cautions that extracurriculars shouldn't completely overshadow your academics.
You're absolutely right. It's about finding that sweet spot where extracurriculars enrich your experience without derailing your academic progress. Setting boundaries, prioritizing, seeking guidance from advisors, these are all crucial.
So it's not just about diving headfirst into everything that sounds fun, but being strategic and making conscious choices.
Exactly. And those choices can have a profound impact on your entire university experience. We've talked about being strategic, but how does a student actually choose the right activities? It's easy to get overwhelmed with all the options, especially at the beginning.
Oh, I remember that feeling. It's like walking into a giant club fair and having no idea where to even look. Too many choices can be paralyzing.
Absolutely. And that's where the article suggests taking a step back and doing a bit of self-reflection. What are you passionate about? What are your values? What skills do you want to develop? It's about finding that intersection between what excites you and what aligns with your long-term goals.
Okay. So it's not just about signing up for whatever your friends are doing or what sounds cool at the moment. It's about thinking about the bigger picture. How do these activities fit into your overall journey?
Exactly. Are you interested in a specific career field? Do you have entrepreneurial aspirations? Do you want to make a difference in your community? By connecting your extracurricular choices to your aspirations, you're making strategic investments in your future.
I love that perspective. It's like you're building your own unique experience portfolio. That reflects your values and goals, but what if you're not sure what those goals are yet? The article mentions that it's okay for interest to evolve.
Absolutely. University is a time for exploration, and your passions might take you in unexpected directions. The key is to be open to trying new things, stepping outside your comfort zone. Who knows? You might stumble upon a hidden talent or a passion you never knew you had.
I love that idea. So it's not about having everything figured out on day one, but being open to discovering yourself along the way.
Precisely. And sometimes, the most rewarding experiences come from unexpected places. I remember a student who joined the university's debate team purely to improve his public speaking skills. He ended up falling in love with the strategy and critical thinking involved, and went on to become a successful lawyer, specializing in international arbitration.
Wow. That's a great example of how an extracurricular activity can open doors you never even imagined. And the article also talks about the importance of balancing these activities with academic responsibilities. It's a classic dilemma, right?
Absolutely. And it's something many students struggle with. One of the best pieces of advice I can give is to treat your extracurricular commitments with the same seriousness as you would your academic ones.
So it's not just about squeezing those club meetings or volunteer sessions into whatever spare time you have left after studying.
Exactly. Schedule specific times for them, just like you would for classes or study sessions, and be realistic about how much you can handle. It's better to be deeply engaged in a few activities than spread too thin and end up feeling burnt out.
That makes a lot of sense. Quality over quantity. The article also mentions seeking guidance from mentors or advisors. How can they help students find that balance?
Mentors can offer invaluable insights, especially those who have successfully navigated similar challenges. They can provide tips on time management, help you prioritize, and even connect you with relevant opportunities.
It's about tapping into the wisdom and experience of those who have been there before.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of technology. Calendar apps, task management tools, these can be lifesavers when it comes to staying organized and managing your time effectively.
All great points. Now, something we haven't talked about yet is the whole fear of missing out phenomenon, or FOMO. With so many options available, it's easy to feel like you're not doing enough or missing out on valuable experiences.
FOMO is real, especially in a university setting where there's always something happening. But the key is to remember that everyone's journey is different. What might be a fulfilling experience for one person might not be the right fit for another.
So how do you tune out that external pressure and make choices that are truly aligned with your own needs and aspirations?
It starts with recognizing that FOMO often stems from comparison and a sense of scarcity. We start to believe there's a limited number of opportunities, and if we don't grab them all, we'll be left behind.
It's like we're constantly competing for a slice of the experience pie, instead of realizing there's plenty to go around.
Exactly. Instead of comparing yourself to others, take some time to connect with your authentic self. What truly matters to you? What kind of impact do you want to make?
Those are great questions. It's about shifting the focus inward, right?
Precisely. And it's okay to say no to things. You don't have to do everything. Choose activities that align with your values and goals. Don't be afraid to set boundaries and prioritize your well-being.
That's such an important reminder. Now, before we wrap up, I'd love to touch upon something you mentioned earlier, the idea of extracurriculars as a way to make a difference.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing that we all have the power to contribute to something bigger than ourselves. And extracurricular activities can be a fantastic platform for doing just that.
So how can students leverage these activities to create a positive impact in their community and beyond?
It starts with identifying issues or causes that resonate with you. Maybe it's environmental sustainability, social justice, or supporting local charities. There are countless ways to get involved and make a difference.
And even small actions can have a ripple effect, right?
Absolutely. It's about recognizing that we all have unique talents and skills that we can contribute. Maybe you're a great organizer, a creative thinker, or a passionate communicator. Find ways to use your strengths to support causes that align with your values.
I love that. It's about finding that sweet spot where your passions and skills intersect with the needs of the community.
And the beauty of it is that you're not just making a difference, you're also gaining valuable experience, developing new skills, and expanding your network. It's a win-win situation.
That's what I love about this whole conversation. It's reframing how we think about extracurricular activities. They're not just a side dish to the main course of academics. They're an integral part of the educational journey.
Absolutely. And the article really drives that point home. It's not just about padding your resume. It's about shaping your character, your values, your worldview.
It's about becoming a well-rounded individual, ready to tackle the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. We've covered a lot of ground today, but I'm curious to hear your final thoughts on this topic. What's the one key takeaway you hope our listeners will remember?
I think it boils down to this. Don't just go through university. Actively choose your experience. Choose extracurriculars that align with your passions, your values, and your long-term goals. Use them as a springboard for personal growth, for making a difference, for shaping the kind of future you want to create.
That's a powerful message. It's about taking ownership of your journey and recognizing that extracurricular activities can be a powerful tool for self-discovery and transformation.
Exactly. And who knows, you might even surprise yourself along the way.
This has been such an insightful conversation. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of extracurricular activities and their impact on university life. We hope you've gained some valuable insights and are feeling inspired to make the most of your university experience.
It's been a pleasure sharing these insights with you.
Please don't forget to follow the European Association for Higher Education Advancement on YouTube and social media.